All right. What's happening, everybody? It's me, Jim Jarmusch, and I grew a beard. No, how's it going, everybody? Juno's not here tonight because of family obligations. So I reached out to Jim, and he has family obligations tonight. But he reached out to the Yam King for me, and then the Yam King had other obligations. So it's just me solo. And so, yeah, this is gonna, who knows how this is gonna be. It could be a complete clusterfuck. Who knows? But this is, Alan's choice tonight. Hot bummer nights, or hot summer nights. Of course, Jim's never seen this, and he said it sounded like a porno. But we all know how Jim's mind works. This is actually an A24 movie, so I know there's all these hardcore peeps that are into like A24 and all that sort of stuff. But this is a decent flick. It's got Timothy Chalamet way before he started to become exactly, popular, and stuff, before he was in those Dune movies and he was Willy Wanker and all that good stuff. It's got Mika Monroe from It Follows, and we all know of another film called It Swallows, but we won't talk about that one. But how you guys doing tonight? Like I said, when I'm solo, like things go off the rails very quickly and whatnot. But since you guys are all here, and a lot of you have been waiting patiently, but I got here like early, and all that anyway. So just go through the roll call and everything. And of course, we got Chester Franklin, the GOAT. We got Jimbo Jack. We've got Ashton Zodiac. Sebastian's here. Bash, how's it going? Hope everything's well. We've got Rosalia's in here. Let's see. And then, and I thought Sailor Outlaw George, and then we got Brooke. Brooke Sauce is in the house, and then Alan is here. And like I said, this was his choice, so you guys can blame him if you don't like it. And yeah, Anthony Chipotle is in here, and Steve Areno is here, and Steve Areno is a good guy, so no fucking with him. Okay, so I know who he is, so everything is cool, But of course, Chester and Z, our security if things get really way out of hand and shit like that. So, let's see. So, yeah, I guess that's it for now and everything. He wants to know what the clown emoji's for. Oh boy. Well, we won't go into the story of that, but we'll just let it go as is. That's cool that you got tickets for Superman, Anthony. Anyway, yeah, I think I know a lot of things do change, Bash, but Sailor George has got popcorn. I think he knows what the clown emoji is for. Oh man, you guys, you're just cracking me up. But yeah, this movie actually, it's actually 147. I thought this fucking thing was about 2 hours long, but it's a lot better than I thought. But suffice to say, there's no trailers or anything because fucking StreamYard has decided that you want to show trailers or bits or whatever, you got to pay for that shit now. You got to pay to upload shit. I- it's so stupid. They did some layout changes that are actually really good, but other than that, I can't show any trailers. I can't show this film is rated R, or this film is not rated R. So, in order to get an R rating, the producers of this film would like me to say "fuck you." So, I mean, I can't even show that anymore, because I'm not gonna fucking pay for it. It's stupid, It's like I pay for enough shit. Why should I have to pay for this? You know? Um, oh, I don't know, man. It's really fucking disappointing. So yeah, that I just don't know what to fucking say to that. Yes, exactly right, Sebastian. It is related to the guy who shall not be named, but not he who shall not be named from the dwarves, though. But yeah. Oh boy. So, sometimes there's lots to explain, little time to explain. Oh man. I just guess I have to get the knife out. There you go. I get stabbed in the head. Oh boy. Um, Steam yard? No, rip off yard is what it ought to be called. That's what it needs to be called. Bash, that's great. But you know, the only thing that still boggles my mind is that Juno and I supposedly threw him under the bus. But yeah, okay. What bus, when, and where? It was the bus that he threw us under. Drink your water, kids. It's good for you. So, um, yeah, the Look movie link is posted at the top, but this movie's on Tubi, Plex, Pluto, and some bullshit named Zumo, which I have no fucking clue what that is. But you guys can watch it however you want to watch it. Um, yeah, curse of StreamYards. That's exactly right. Uh, but let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything exciting today because I had a really shitty day. But well, actually, there was something kind of funny. So Sunday is Moonbeam's birthday. I don't know if I can get her in anywhere. Well, I don't even know if I'll be doing a stream on Sunday. I mean, I'd like to if she wanted to do something, but anyway, I ordered, a couple of things for her. And one of them like arrived today, and you know how Amazon always sends, a picture saying, you know, here's your, this is your order. How did we do? Blah blah blah. So, I check it out, and she's got a very decorative front porch, and there's this, it's got this chair, and so I'm looking, and I figure, oh, just the one, thing I sent her. But instead, she's been busy. Somebody's fucking been busy in that household because there was a shitload, a big fucking stack of fucking Amazon packages. And I'm like, holy hell. And so she's in trouble, once I hear from her, because I don't know what the fuck that is. And for some reason, the stuff I sent her, I couldn't send her one of those little gift notes. So when she opens the package, she's gonna be well, she's gonna know who it's from, but the kid's probably gonna go, "What the hell is that?" And stuff. So it's gonna be pretty funny. Thanks, Kayla. Good to see you, sweetheart. How are you? Glad you stopped by. You know me, I'll be stopping by soon when you got something going on. You do those mega fucking long streams. I don't know how you do it, and all, but Halloween 4K disc. Yeah, oh God. But yeah, you know, I'll be sure and let her know that you all said happy birthday and stuff, as well. And but I just had to laugh at that because I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Just like, I mean, it's obviously Christmas over there, in July. So I'm just like, holy shit, you know. The Beano Lounge, yeah. But yeah, I'll probably get this going in a couple of minutes because it's kind of without the clips and the things, it's kind of ridiculous. We all have the um you have a format going, and now like all the format is like fuck the shit. But I appreciate you guys, still hanging out and stuff. That's the main thing because I'm just sort of like, well, fuck, what am I gonna do? And like, you guys know me. I mean, because you're all here, I won't cancel, unless I'm deathly ill. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's another thing, health update and all that. Because Juno was asking me, well, I didn't have that scan that I was supposed to because number one, 225 fucking or 250 bucks, and that's out of my range, and I hate paying shit like that over time, but I got my labs back and everything with my kidneys were fine. Docs, prescribed me some antibiotics and he said you gotta take drink a lot of water and stuff. So that's what I've been doing. And so, everything seems to be going well because I've been able to sleep and not get up every hour to hour and a half, and stuff, or half hour. Uh, and so, he just still wanted me to get it because, in case there was something with my kidneys or my bladder. But he also prescribed me another batch of the antibiotics. He sent me some email about it, and I really didn't exactly get what the fuck he was talking about. So I got to call the office and find out what's going on. But other than that, I'm fine. Fuck, I'm not dying like, a certain clown would probably want me to die or whatever, So, you know, but in their case, meth does a body good, right? I mean, what? So, yeah. Well, thank you, Chester. Chalupa Cabra. There you go. That's a new one. They did find one on the list that did, eat a goat, but it didn't eat Chester, so we're fine with that. Oh my God, So yeah, let's welcome Steve Areno for like his first time. Hopefully, he doesn't get bored of me talking, shit. So. Oh, there ain't no conflicts. Yeah, no conflicts at all. I mean, I very rarely say anything. I don't really want to say anything. So it's just sort of. I mean, like I've always said, since this shit happened, the one that I feel the most bad about, is Juno, because he was there before I was, and he didn't deserve any of that. I mean, Moonbeam didn't even deserve any of the shit that he threw out there about her, because she hadn't been around, she's not. It has nothing to do with any of this, and that's, that hurt me. That's what hurt me, like, and but other than that, you know, fuck them, violin femmes, yeah, there you go. Ah, Juno, shit, Juno's fine, man. Juno is a fucking Iron Man, just like all of you guys. You know, Juno's just like, he don't give a fuck, you know. I mean, he was shocked and all that kind of shit, but he and I talked it out, and I was like, whatever, we're good. So exactly. I mean, he wants to say shit about Moonbeam, but look what he's dealing with. Hey, Peyton, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, he's telling me to tell you guys to fuck off because you weren't going to his channel. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You know, it's like, so I'm a pussy, I mean, okay. I mean, it's not my fight, it's like, it doesn't, make a difference to me, you guys I care about, I don't care about the others, Exactly, Ashton. And so, do your thing, guys. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give you guys another couple of minutes to set up. You guys let me know if you're ready, and then, we'll get this going, At least somebody tell me so we got, I know when to do the countdown. Or, I mean, the one thing I can share is a fucking 30 count. I mean, how fucking stupid, That's the only thing they'll let you do. Okay, Rosie's ready. We get a couple of more readies, and then we'll, it's all good, Peyton. It's nothing. It's just trivial bullshit that somebody wanted to cause, and it's over and done. I mean, unless they open their yap and start talking about me and Juno again, or any of us in here. And I'm just thinking, like, like Steve Areno is probably wondering what the fuck he walked into too. Yeah, that's fucking wrong too. Okay, we got Alan. He's ready. It's not really a beef. I mean, it's just one person started something that was absolutely not true, and it's not really a disagreement because we don't want to have anything to do with them. They don't want to have anything to do with us. It's just something that, you know, they lied about a lot of shit that wasn't true, made it all up, and then was doing a lot of really shitty stuff, saying stuff about, well, pretty much all of us. So it's just ridiculous. Yeah, we were all dumped. That's right. Well, pretty much, everybody did. It's the 73rd. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do a 10 count and we'll get this thing started. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, cuatro, tres, dos, uno. Press play, pendejos. It's weird though. On look, whoever added this did it through like a direct TV rip, which is really fucking strange. It shows the A24 logo and then it says direct TV and stuff. Can't swear to every last detail, but I can swear to most of them. So we got this narration, and it's about this, where it's before the kid gets there, but there's this huge storm that's going to happen, and people are going to get fucked up. This is what really happened. It's an hour before, 3 months later. I just got a message. Did you send me something? Laugh out loud. I told him, told him, told told her, yes, and you're in trouble. So, Dan Rose's father is the kind of guy that just don't make it. He lit his cigarettes with a match, like a cowboy in an old movie, and he changed the oil in his car all by himself. He thought he needed the mountain place. He went to church. He loved his wife. People liked him. But when he died, Dan was so fucked up. He put his paper out without giving notice. And after a week, he straight would phone the police to report that the Puerto Rican kid stealing a newspaper. He burned the record his father bought him for his birthday. Yeah, this kid goes and he burns the record, his record collection, that his records his daddy gave him, like Johnny Cash and shit. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I understand his dad died and all that, but fuck, my dad died, and I don't give a, I didn't give a fuck, but I wouldn't burn my fucking record collection because of it. Where are some normal viewers? What the fuck are you talking about, Peyton? I don't have any normal viewers. I'm not Kayla or Destin. Actually, Kayla has some fucking weird viewers. I swear. Nothing against them, or anything like that. But there's a couple that I'm kind of like, what the fuck, but they're amusing, so it's all good. People of Jesus and macaroni salad. That's what I should have fucking put for my fucking headline. Damn. Oh well. America wants a war. Freddie Mercury died of AIDS, and I turned 13 years old. I'm in Hyannis, Massachusetts. It was the hottest summer in 68 years. The hottest summer in Cape Cod in 1991. There was the parade on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the summer bridge show up and changed the whole town. Connecticut and New York, and our white cars and white clothes. And kids always had names like there were two types of people. There were the immigrants and these guys. And then there were the Italians. But being in Middleton wasn't easy. It wasn't a town because he didn't grow up. He wasn't a summer bird because his family wasn't rich. We didn't have a name for people like that. And whatever it was, we wanted to be it. Something changed inside Daniel Middleton that summer. I never did figure out what exactly caused it. Wonder if he ever did. So yeah, that's awkward. Like there, where you go to like some fucking party and nobody knows you, and they're just bumping into you. So sorry everyone, I'm sort of got a conversation going, but um, well, what a name, Hunter Strawberry. Where does that fucking come from? And High 71. They coming for a new muffler and we did a bag of the best shit south of Route 6. Plus, it felt less guilty buying their jokes here than off the little fucking East Kid down at the park. I mean, you are the caper in the late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, we're all normal, but not in some ways exactly. I'm trying to catch up. All these kids, thinking, hey, this kid burned down an ice cream shop because they put sprinkles on his ice cream cone. All these myths. AEW was good. Does the movie have Gibbs? Gibbs what? Or is it Jibs? I don't know what you mean. Uh, I think there's a little bit of violence, but no blood and gore. Yeah, nobody's gonna hate fucking anybody in here, because you don't want to get me started on that. But anyway, Moonbeam hasn't had a great day, so she told me to tell all of you thank you for the birthday wishes and stuff. So I tried to get her to come in, but she just said she couldn't. There is, quite a few shots of dope smoking in this film, though. I know that the that the violence would probably be better. Oh, has anybody watched The Horseman yet? Because, like I said, I will not show that because I won't be responsible for traumatizing anybody with that film. A clown motel movie. Yeah, I will never fucking show Mac and Me because I mean, fuck, I'd rather show The Horseman than fucking Mac and Me. Clown Motel. Interesting. Oh, so they're at the drive-in. This is when first appearance of Mika Monroe, and she just gets in this guy's car, like randomly gets in his car. I mean, I would look at her the same fucking way too, and just be like, Most kids would have chopped off a nut to touch her hair. So apparently, she dates these dudes in school and they wind up dead, but it has nothing really to do, right? Well, she dumped the guy, I guess. He killed himself. Well, yeah, there he is hanging. Well, I don't know, Peyton. I mean, this is like, everybody that I consider family, so I mean, it's just like, it's whatever it is. I'm not here for, a huge subscriber count or whatever, I mean, I feel like I've got a great base of subscribers or people, that come here. I mean, there's people that have a fucking trillion subscribers And when they do lives, they may have like 50. I know somebody that's got about 400 and something. She sucks, and she gets maybe 2 to 7 people in her fucking streams. So I mean, it really doesn't make a difference. I'm not here to be monetized, or I mean, I do this because I want to and I like to, and I wouldn't be here, and get because I mean, I built this, this with a bunch of great people. I give them credit too. I don't, it's not a big deal to me. I'm just a guy who fucking talks about movies and shows movies and whatever. It's not a thing. I'm not in it to win because I'm a fucking winner anyway. That was a complete lie, but it doesn't matter. Not everything, just the I'm a winner bit. I'm somebody, god damn it. See, there you go. Thank you, Brooke Sauce. Yeah, I mean that's I get now I won't have like any fucking copyrights because StreamYard's sucking balls now. So I can't show clips and trailers and stuff like that. So it's you know we just watch the movie, talk about the movie at times, and just shooting the shit. That's what I do. I mean, it's just usually I'm not solo. I'm with my friend Juno, or my other friend Jim, and stuff. And usually, they're like my comic foils. I can, say something and Juno will laugh. Sometimes Juno will sing. You never know what Juno will do. He might be dancing on the ceiling. It's just what it is. Actually, Alan does have a big head. It's like that. It's really huge. You can't deflate it. It's just that's the way it is. That's the way it was. He was born with this giant fucking head. I don't really think she was impressed with his joke. Yeah, she said you're dumb. So there we go. Yeah, I've looked at some stuff. I don't I try to get around to people's channels from time to time when I can, when I'm not plotting the end of the world, or global domination on dwarves and things of that sort. Thank you, Chester. And I always Salute you. Once again, drink your water, kids. Well, I know, Peyton. I will, sorry, I don't always get a chance to do like a lot of things. There's people that comment on my, videos, and I at least will like them. Sometimes I just don't comment, until I get a chance, there's fortunately, there's a thing called life, and it gets in the way sometimes. I mean, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, I'm not on here 24/7. See, that's one of the arguments that the asshole that we don't like was always making. He was always bitching about people, you know not commenting on his videos, or people not subscribing to him and stuff. And it's like, it really doesn't fucking matter. It's like, if you see something and you like it, then you do it. If not, then you don't. And you know he had another channel that he lost because he was fucking putting up copyrighted material. And I told him, I said, you can probably get your channel back, but he didn't want to fucking listen. And he said, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So all that fucking work that he had done for fucking, I don't know how many years, down the drain. And then he has the balls to fucking tell people, well, you're not subscribed, why aren't you subscribed to me? I mean, what the fuck? It's cool. It's not, it's not a big deal. See, the thing is, Peyton, I'm not like, you know, I'm a different type of channel, and you know, we're all fucking animals in here. We're villains. And like, you know, we may not do things, like off the cuff, but it's up our sleeves. So I don't know what to fucking tell you. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm who the fuck I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna be anybody else. I mean, that's the way I've been all my life. Yeah, I mean, it's not nothing you said was ridiculous. Oh boy, here we go. Shamarless is in the fucking house. The party can fucking start now. There we go. Spaghetti night. Fucking spaghetti night. I was expecting the chicken, and stuff. But I'm glad you're here, Shamarlos. It's always a party when fucking Shamarla's in the house. That's right, Steve. We are. We're all villains here. I mean, anytime I'm up in like P Rich's, it's always, hey, villains, hey, killers. It's, so here's his first interaction with this asshole cop. He's like almost telling him poetry or some bullshit, you know. No, it's cool, Peyton. I mean, dude, you're welcome here. It's not a big deal, you know. We have our own flow and shit of like what we do here. We tell jokes, we tell puns, you know, we tell ridiculous things because I'm a ridiculous person. And so, you know, we just, you know, there's no good cop, bad cop here kind of thing. I mean, it's all good, you know. People sometimes they just want to choose sides or they say they're neutral and they're not, you know. And it's always like you find out, you know, who they are, you know. I mean, it's like, you know, I'll just say this, you know, this person was like a fucking brother to me. And even 71 said, you know, maybe you should talk to him and fucking, you know, work things out. And I said, no, there ain't nothing to work out. I said, after, you know, he talked shit about Moonbeam, then it was done, you know, because you all know how much she means to me. And I'm not going to put up with any fucking shit like that. Anybody fucking disrespecting her because she's never done a damn thing to anybody. She's never around. See, and that was point, you know, so that was just pointed at me, you know, and it shouldn't have fucking ever been said, you know. It's like you want to come at me, come at me. You don't fucking use others, you know, to come at me. God damn, I just wanted to watch a fucking movie tonight. No, I know that 71. I'm just using that as an example because I'm just saying that you told me to try to work things out. And, you know, I respect that. You know, I respect you. It's not even a question. I'm just saying that, because I mean, I just told you, you know, what he had done. And I said, there's no turning back for me because of what he did. That's all I'm saying. You know, you were trying to do right and that's fine, you know, and I understood that. And I probably would have if he hadn't have been such a fucking cocksucker. So he goes to this party and this dude thinks he's a narc and all this other kind of shit, and it's all getting weird. Exactly, Ashton. Do I look like a jungle monkey from Dorchester to you? That's a great fucking line. And then the guy pulls a gun. Oh shit. And then that strawberry guy just clubbed him with a bottle and took the gun and he's bashing him in the face with the gun. Yeah, so there's your gore right there. Holy fuck, I forgot about that. See, that's some shit you'll see in the Horseman, but not. I mean, it's worse than the Horseman. God damn, that was brutal. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to like the lurkers and all, and to our good channel friend Todd Christian, because he always watches this, after work or a day later. He watches the replays, and I'm always happy about that. And he's a good dude. Yeah, 71's been through a lot with this one certain. Well, I'm not going to say, but it doesn't. But she handles it. She knows how to handle it. I mean, she even told the clown, not to fuck with her, when he was being, a fucking asshole. Alan just had to throw that out there. See that. Oh fuck. What happened here? Oh, just a fight. I don't know. We should give it up to Juno though for showing Boulevard Nights last night. That was a good flick. Really like that. Can you smell my sunscreen? Yes, coconut's good. She's wanting to play with his coconuts. And then she takes that sucker out of his mouth and puts it in hers and shits on. He's fucking harder than a goddamn flagpole. Hey, Derek, what the fuck's happening, man? You better be careful there, Jimbo Jack. How's that dog of yours, Derek? Better be taking care of her. Yeah, fuck Plex, you know. I mean, if that's the only way to watch it, I get it. But, you know, for Tubi, it would be the same thing. That kid that you split his head open, he shits into a bag now. You're lucky. Like, okay. Beat my guest. Yeah, I I know that, but you know I know that. Derek is woo riders. That's good, Derek. Jesus, what a big fucking plate of waffles, and those things look like a fucking small tire on a kid's tricycle, or well, a little bigger than that. Jesus Christ. What's your boyfriend do? That fucking bald fuck that's just sitting there with a goddamn toothpick in his mouth. Somebody should take out one of his eyes so he can wear an eye patch and look like Captain Bligh. Yeah, that's the main part, and I do sometimes physical media unboxings and things like that. It'll finally show up. I don't even know if it's on any streaming channels though either, like to buy. If it is, it should be around. Exactly. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. He called himself the Lucky Jew. That was your grandfather. The Wonder Bar. Was he like wondering where the bar was? Chester, I have to kind of agree with you. Although I liked Wolfman, a lot of people didn't like that because they didn't fucking get it. You got to kind of like watch it to understand. It's not a fucking like remake. It's a new take on a wolf man. It's funny they played Taz's music in this one part right here. Or no, Jungle Boys. I'm sorry. But I mean, Taz was always singing that shit. Well, that's interesting, Derek. Then we got a carnival scene here. I like carnival scenes in movies, especially like, the Fun House. That movie's fucking great. We should, you know, Juno and I should do one for that. Even though there was one, but it wasn't one of us. So yeah, we should like redo a watch of that. Oh yeah, I think it's a really Sinners is a really good movie. I've still never seen Coogler's first film, Fruitvale Station, which I heard is fucking great. Yeah, kids, don't go pouring salt on slugs. It's your lesson for today. Don't do it. I don't give a fuck. Just keep your dogs out of the room. Ground control to Major Chester. Your protein pills and whatever the fucking lyric is. Yeah, it's a good movie, Peyton. Well, Juno's not here to sing, so I thought I'd just, sing a bar or two. He fucking that guy called him a shit swallower, and yet he goes right up to that girl and kisses her and stuff. Oh, and then the dude punches him. Fuck. I forgot about that too. So originally, besides the Horseman, which I said I was gonna, respectfully decline to, have a watch party for that because it's so fucking violent. But I was gonna do Jerky Boys, and so I haven't decided next week. But I've also been thinking Monster Squad. So what do you guys think? Jerky Boys or Monster Squad? Well, I'd have to find it, Peyton, but yeah, I might try, Diamond Dog Caper. Sounds interesting. Okay, Rosie votes for Monster Squad. Chester votes for Monster Squad. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? I saw Jeff had a post or something he's doing right now and stuff. Nikki says Monster Squad, so I wonder if Jimbo Jack is still in the house. Hey, Corey, what's going on? I'm glad you're here, actually, Corey. I got a question for you. What's that other streaming thing that you were using for a while to check it out? Because StreamYard is totally, you know, screwing everybody, that doesn't want to, shell out the bucks for it. And is it that other one any good? I know you tried it. Okay, Peyton, I'll look it up. Okay, Jimbo Jack, I'm glad you're still here. Oh yeah, they're watching Terminator 2 in the drive-in. Restream, that's right. No, I think he was Chester. He was talking about Diamond Dog Caper. Evmux. Okay. Yeah, I have to check those out because I mean, it sucks not even being able to like show your clips or trailers and stuff. You know, man, these girls are vicious. Jesus Christ. There's a few of them in the community though that we know. Well, at least 71 and I know. Like fucking flashlight ass. I mean, what? Yeah, see, that's the perfect thing. Some girl follows you in the bathroom, slaps you in the face, and then kisses you and shit. She's the kind of girl, she wants to be choked during sex, you know. Because I heard some women were into that, but I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't even know what sex is. Well, that's not true. See, somebody will clip that shit. Fucking assholes. Fuck, that reminds me. I got to get a hold of Johnny and see what he's been up to lately. Okay, 71, that would be good. Yeah, we Zodiac. I'll discuss that like at a different junction. I don't want to discuss that on the stream. It's been such a wild night, you know. But I'm always scaring people away. I used to think it was my looks, but I know it's the shit I talk about. Flesh Gordon, we could actually do that one. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen that in so long. Yeah, you don't want to know. Oh, I don't give a shit about throwing that out about her. I mean, she didn't watch my channel. And if she did, I just tell her to fucking talk louder. That's the thing. I'm not scared of that woman at all. I mean, she's one of the dumbest people I've ever heard in my life. Because I can't say I know her, but I mean, she's dumb as a post. Funhouse was 1981. Yeah, Ted's good too. Fuck, we should show Ted 1 and 2. Well, I'm trying not to even make it a rant night, but it's just sort of turned into that. Yeah, that Ted TV show is hilarious. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought, oh my God, this is just going to kind of suck. And then it was like, man, I'm surprised at how good this is. Chester, yeah, Funhouse is fucking brilliant. You have that one actor that plays three different roles, and then whoever the fuck that was that played the creature in that, and then Sylvia Miles is like at that gypsy, um, woman. I was gonna say something else, but yeah, she, well, man. See, I think he actually does know that the the kid Daniel is the one, that likes his sister. I think he's just fucking with him, if I remember that correctly. Yep. Yeah, thank God Juno, took the night off because, he would be wanting to, just walk away. No, I'm kidding. I haven't even watched the both those movies, both Ted movies, in like a long time. But I saw both of them in the theater when they came out. All right, Steve. Thanks for coming in and everything. We'll talk tomorrow and stuff. Oh, 71. You'd love those. They're hilarious. Dope smoking teddy bear, the Thunder Buddy. Yeah, the first one is way better. July 8th, Gloucester, Mass. 11 pounds. They're all partying and all, and guy draws that dick on his face and shit. Chester, have you ever seen the Gates of Hell trilogy? Fuck, I forgot Christopher Lambert's in this fucking. Oh, that's not him. That's that other fucking guy that looks like him. Mates of Hell. Yeah, Gates of Agony, but yeah. I should do that Gates of Hell trilogy, but definitely I should do House by the Cemetery. So this is kind of funny. So everybody's like freaking the fuck out about how there's this Nightmare on Elm Street set coming out on like 4K, big fucking whoop to me. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have, a Blu-ray set because I could give a rat's ass about 4K. But there's this whole deal where this artwork came out and some people were like, that's really cool. And other people were like, that's the most horrendous fucking thing that I've ever seen. And they like, I really hope that they don't do that. Well, there's one company like in France or some shit, Warner's in France or something, that's putting out the thing with this really shitty artwork. But this one that they're talking about, it turns out it was made by some fucking troll. So everybody got trolled thinking that that's what was coming out. And that was just fucking priceless. Serves them right, the fucking bastards. Yes, it is the Fulci trilogy. Yeah, City of the Living Dead is great. That's the one that's also known as the Gates of Hell. I like them all. 71 likes the Beyond. Well, everybody should like the Beyond, but yeah. But I really do like House by the Cemetery because it's just whacked out. And you have that poor kid named Bob, but he talks like a girl. And apparently that's the way they dubbed this poor kid's voice. And the guy actually still does, conventions and stuff. And he always apologizes because I'm sorry that my voice sounded the way that it did. And it's like, dude, you didn't do it. Somebody fucking dubs your voice. There you go, Chester. You should check those out and then report back. And then maybe we'll do a stream of them and stuff. Oh, hell yeah, Zodi. You Zodiac. I hate calling you Zodi because that's Cal fucking hell calls you and shit. I hate the way he fucking fucks with people's names. So I apologize for that. But yeah, New York Ripper is fucking great. The Donald Duck sounds get a little annoying, but other than that, it's fucking epic. Oh yeah, it definitely is. So I guess he doesn't realize that Daniel's into his sister. He was fucking with him, I guess, thinking that but so they had to pretend they didn't know each other or whatever. Yeah, you definitely find a lot of stuff on there and stuff. Sorry, Corey, I've been trying to watch my language tonight, but there's been a lot of things that happened way before you were here to cause a rift in the solar system or in the force or whatever the fuck. Whoops. There you go. Blue Velvet's one of the best for you want to see a severed ear, and it's all good, Corey. I'm just saying, I don't want to, I mean, I'm still glad you're here. I thought maybe it's like hopped out. It's like, oh, you know. Z, can you pop in, Corey's channel, Wilkie's Movies and Music, please? Because he is the Dan Rather of the interviews on YouTube for the cinematic experience. Thank you, Z. Tubi was the only place that I could find this movie that I liked since I was a kid called Drive-In, which is a great movie. I mean, it's kind of dated now when you watch it, but it's still, I still find it pretty funny in some places. Balls. Before. All right, Nikki, thank you for hanging out as long as you did. I thought I had scared you off as well. So I appreciate you being here and stuff. Thanks, Nikki. See you soon too. Yeah, that guy's Thomas Jane. It's just weird the way they had the lighting on him in a couple of scenes. He looked like Christopher Lambert. I was like, wait, no, that's not him. But I forgot Thomas Jane was in this movie. You can't. Well, thank you. I guess to be or not to be. Yeah, that's right. I have that movie. I think I have three of those Crow movies because I bought the box set on DVD years and years ago. Yeah, I don't even have them on blue because I think the regular Crow one is like kind of just a not a nothing special about it. Johnny, there you go, brother. I've been meaning to text you and shit because I wanted to ask you about some work, but StreamYard is won't let people do trailers and junk, right? Unless you get a paying thing. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope things are all right. All right, Johnny. Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks for coming in and stuff. That's actually a good remake. I don't think it's bad at all. Some of the deleted scenes are fucking hilarious. Lupus. In that remake, there's this deal where he's talking to this one kid, and he starts talking to him about the fucking JFK assassination and some other stuff, and the kid's just like, "No, that didn't happen. No, you're wrong." Or so, not the assassination itself, but all these. He goes on this wild tangent of theories and all this shit, and he's just like, "I don't think something like." I think he says, I didn't need to know this," or some shit, you know. The winds are 105 miles per hour, so the storm is starting to. Uh, it's a shame that poor girl that was in it. You know, she died in a car accident. Um, the girl, yeah, the girl pitcher. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a long time ago. It was probably about a year or two after she made that movie, I think. But yeah, so now we're up to the August 19th, the day of the storm. Just that, she was killed in some sort of car accident. The girl from the Bad News Bears remake. This is one of those most fucked up scenes where he goes to those dudes that are selling the cocaine and all that, and that it's almost out of that fucked up scene in Pulp Boogie Nights. I gotta rewatch that, man. I haven't seen that in so long. But I loved it, and I remember when it came out, people were shitting all over it, and I was like, can't be that fucking bad. And I thought it was great. Oh, okay, cool. Z, thanks for telling me. I actually have a DVD set that has all four movies, the three original movies plus that. He just called that guy Chester in the movie. What the fuck? There's only one Chester, and that's Chester fucking Franklin. We gotta sue these guys for using Chester's name. Fucking bastards. This girl playing piano, she's got duck lips. That's right, Chester. You are the true Chester. Where's Chester Nut? He's so fucked up, and he's telling him to hit him in the face and all that. Like, no. I couldn't imagine sitting around with fuckheads like that. shooting a gun to stop her from fucking playing the piano and stuff. Yeah, fuckheads. We know plenty. No, we haven't done Donnie Brasco, but Juno was talking about it. So, I think he wants to do that. So he and I will work on that. And Rosie, I'm sorry, I was going to do Poseidon Adventure for you, but it was around for free and then it like disappeared. And it's, so I mean, we could watch it on Look Movie, but I always don't trust that. But at some point, if something, comes up, I'm still going to do it for you. I'm actually been thinking of doing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Because everybody, fucking is always, Pulp Fiction or fucking Kill Bill and all that, which is great, great films. But Once Upon a Time is just fucking great. Well, all his movies are fucking great, but yeah, I've been thinking about that one for a while. So basically, the kid got scammed out of his money because that dude really wasn't selling cocaine. He was doing like selling him baby powder or some shit, baby formula. You like the Revenant Z or the Beavernant? I mean, what? Yeah, that'd be another good one to do. The Revenant. Good in war games. Chester, you're a fucking you're a master in war games. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I saw Revenant, in the theater, and fuck, it was amazing. But did Ashton take out off, or has he got the The beaver van. I wouldn't think you were joking. The beaver net, you know. Well, at least Brooke's still here. There you go, you bastard. I'm glad you're still here. Man, it's not even the end of the movie, and people have been dropping out. It's like, what the fuck? People are getting tired of me ranting, I guess. Oh my God, we hit a beeve. Yeah. We found a boot. Wham bam beaver dam. Oh, I'm sure that thing's going to be an R. I mean, it's got the if it's the Wayans doing it again. Then there's the big wreck. June 12th, 2026. Chester's on the case. Only 4 people attended his funeral, and that's what it'll be like the same at my funeral. Hey, Sue and Joe from the Bud Files made it into the house. Thanks for showing up and coming in. Well, there's a stripper that gets wanted in there. That's all I'll say. That got some has some interesting kills in that movie. So yeah, that was hot summer nights, which it was a hot summer night tonight. Music by Will Master Bates. No, you're welcome, Z. My pleasure. It was awesome. Thank you guys for being here. You're welcome, Chester. I think this is a Daniel Johnston cover. I think this last song. He was a trip. He was like this Austin musician, and he had mental problems, like a lot of Austin musicians. Not really, but there was one weekend I was up there and I ran into him on the street, and he handed me one of his cassettes because that was his big deal at the time. He used to make these cassettes of all his different albums, and he just it's like, here, you can have this. Thanks, Daniel. It was a good one. I'd appreciate all you guys coming out tonight and stuff and hanging in, having fun. And, even though like I said, anytime I'm solo, it goes off the fucking rails. Good night, Alan. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, of course. Such is life. That is correct. Ups and clowns. Yeah. I don't even remember them playing fucking dance hall days in this movie. Performed by Crybaby. I don't know who the fuck that is, but yeah, it was the Daniel Johnston song. I tell you, sometimes, when you're watching a movie and there says that, there's all these songs and you maybe get 5 seconds or something, or you barely hear it. And you're like, what the fuck? I didn't know this song was in here. Yeah, exactly. Rosalie, I like, oh my God. I think that movie, it was like, it is so horrible. I actually saw that in the theater with this girl I was going out with at the time, and there was this old school friend of mine that I had on Facebook. She's a drunk, and so she decided to go on this rant about how the movie was filth and garbage, and of course she hadn't seen it, so she's pulling a Mary Whitehouse on everybody, saying, well, I don't have to see it to know that it's trash and all this. And this is yet before I saw it, and I had seen this really funny comment from somebody on another, it was either in a review or something, where he said, this movie is like watching Rosemary's Baby on Easter Sunday. And so before I got a fucking chance to, like, I was gonna put that out there. I was gonna put that on her post. Like, she fucking was a coward, of course, and deleted it. but it was so funny. And yet, like, later on, she fucking deleted me because it was the Super Bowl where Lady Gaga performed, and she came out with almost like those spike things, like the Road Warriors. And so I was doing this commentary about it, about her performance using wrestling references and stuff. And she didn't get it. She started yelling at me, on Facebook going, how can you say, what do you even mean by this? And I go, it's wrestling references. I don't expect you to get it. But of course, I knew that she had been drinking hard that day during the Super Bowl. And I just kept going. And she goes, I can't believe that you would make this up or you would say such a thing. And this one friend of mine goes, well, I'll step in. I don't care. She goes, she's not a great singer and she doesn't, I mean, this is trash, stuff or something. And it was great. I mean, it was fucking hilarious. But then the funny thing was that, so she deletes me over that shit. And I mean, like, I really didn't give a fuck, but I did, like I said, I went to go see the movie. And I mean, within 15 minutes, I'm just like, this is the worst shit I think I've ever seen in like a long time. And honestly, my opinion on it was that it advocated rape. And I was like, this is bullshit, and so I wound up, seeing the second one just because I had nothing better to see, or I don't remember, and I thought, well, this is a little better because they're not going for this, ridiculous thing. They're actually trying to put a story into it. But then I'm like, this is dumb. So they're gonna make a third one, and I'm like, nah, this is just complete trash, shit, Yes, delete, delete, delete. But I mean, the whole, I don't know. Somebody told me that was actually written as Twilight fan fiction or some shit, but then somebody saw it and sent it to a publisher, and that's how the woman got the deal. And then they sold the rights to make the movie. And I'm like, God, man, anybody could write some fucking nonsense, I guess, and get it turned into a movie. 10 Shades of Diddy. 50 Shades of Diddy. Well, it should just be 10. Twilight exhaust fan fiction, exactly. I mean, and Twiglight is no big deal either, I mean, sparkly vampires, and I don't know. Come on, man. But yeah, that's all I got, because I don't want to bore you guys to death, and you've already been bored tonight. And I got a lady I got to talk to about a horse. I mean, birthday gifts or something. Come on, man. But yes, thank you again for coming out, everybody, tonight, and putting up with me and everything. So next week's going to be Monster Squad. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. And yeah, I'll be in Peas tomorrow night, and I'll see you guys there and all that good stuff. And you know, let's all like be good to each other and raise more hell than we did tonight. But yeah, see, I don't have a fancy schmancy way to like end it for us, now. Thank you, StreamYard, dirty bastards. But anyway, Ashton's number one, you know. But love you guys, and I'll see you tamale. Rico Suave. Muchas gracias, niñas and niños. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Rip off yard. That's exactly right. See, there you go, Chester. All right.